This week's podcast brought to you by the Beefy Boys, three cool dudes hanging out talking about music, video games, and sports, and anything else that hits our fancy.
Check them out at www.beefyboys.com or on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Yeah. If you love their logo, you can buy their merch, www.cafepress.com/beefyboysmerch1.
And oh, baby, you know you're going to find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Find us on Twitter at Beefy_boys, and you can find us on Instagram at official Beefy Boys, because it is official. Make us blue check marked, keep following us, and you can find us on Facebook at the Beefy Boys. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Beefy. A good podcast requires a good beer. So that's why I always go to my go-to, Keystone Light. If I'm going to the store, I don't want to buy a 12-pack. I want to go for a legit 15-pack. When I go to a party, I don't take Rainier. I take Keystone Light. And you know what? It tastes so good, I'm going to have it right now. Cheers, folks. Yeah, there's a burp coming in. That's good.
What up, Buckleheads? Welcome to episode 89 of the Beefy Boys Bud Club. I'm Joe, and I'm joined here with Christian.
Oh, derp.
And Vito from his fresh new studio.
Well,
whoops.
Not a studio. It's just one of our other rooms.
Embrace it.
We're utilizing.
Studio.
Sure.
Oh, Christian, we haven't seen you in a while. What's been up, bud? I did see some breaking news. By the way,
I don't know if it's my internet, if it's my internet or your guys' internet. But
what?
I'm cutting in and out with you guys here.
You're coming through fine. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. It's getting a little choppy on my end, so I apologize if I don't hear anything first off the bat.
That's fine. You can use context clues. This podcast is held together with duct tape, and I'm sure our 3 listeners aren't going to mind.
Vito's getting a beard, huh?
Yeah.
I saw some breaking news, Christian, from like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, what'd you get?
That Pac-10 players say they're going to boycott the season. Pac-12, excuse me.
If they do that, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. You know, I think that all conference football is a little bit. It's too tall of an order to ask for, young kids. But when it comes to taking away all those big games where even if you do play a whole season, you're not even going to be able to compete for any type of bowl game or any kind of – the only thing that you're competing for is the Pac-12 championship itself. And I just honestly think that a lot of people don't care about that. I feel like a lot of those guys want to play big bowl games because that's how they get noticed. They want to play against big teams. And I think if you switch it to conference only, especially a conference like Pac-12 where it doesn't really get a lot of recognition, I think a lot of people are noticing that, and a lot of players are saying, well, our division in football gets little to no recognition at all for its players. Why would we go out and play against each other if it's just not going to do anything? But that's interesting. Did you see where they said it was
a Twitter
all the players were saying coming from?
I could click through it, but it was from Twitter. A Twitter push notification. Definitely not vamping. Oh, it was in the Players Tribune. So it's straight from the players. Let's see.
I'm not surprised, and I think it's more of the reason of saying that I don't think college football is just going to happen.
You're on that bandwagon now? What about the NFL?
NFL, yes, that's going to happen. But the NFL is a little bit more it's easier to contain the NFL because those guys aren't.
There's
those guys aren't
people in 32 cities. Like, it's just not going to work. Look at what is happening with baseball. The entire Miami Marlins team got sick, and they played a baseball game anyway. It's so fucked. Like, this isn't going to work. Oh.
Yeah, I was hearing about baseball, like the MLB in general. They're just saying that players aren't following the rules, and it sucks because a few teams that don't follow the rules. Because I mean, obviously, there are other teams in the league that are following the rules, just to play baseball. And then you've got teams like the Marlins who are fucking everything up and getting everybody sick. Yep. But they said that when these teams travel to different cities, they don't stay in anywhere. They don't quarantine. They don't monitor them. So that, I guess the same concern can come up for NFL. But I think the thing about the NFL is so far they've been in training camp for a week or a week and a half, and it's been going.
They've been adamant the season's going to start on time. I mean, but people are dropping out every day. So
yeah, we just have like maybe a few different notable players here and there. I think the biggest one was C.J. Mosley, who backed out of the Jets, which sucks for them because they just lost their best player. Yeah, but and then now they just lost their second best player on defense. So
I'm still convinced
if they play, it's going to be a shit show.
What would you do if Russell Wilson took the season off?
But yeah, I mean, I definitely could see a season happening. I don't know I can't tell you if the season's going to end. Like if they're going to finish
they're
it.
Not gonna, so they'll start it, but it's not going to finish.
We'll just have to see. And I don't know. I think, a lot of players are ready to play. A lot of them are probably, going to take that extra step, but it's going to be the young guys that are just becoming NFL stars that are going to be hard to contain when they go to different cities, when they go from place to place, and you just never know if those guys are going to be able to keep themselves contained, kind of like baseball.
Did you hear what happened with Lou Williams in Orlando?
I did hear about what happened with Lou.
So, Vito, the NBA players are quarantined to, like, they call it the bubble. It's like the sports complex on Walt Disney World. And this knucklehead plays for the Clippers, and he was photographed in a strip club. And first he tried to claim it was an old photo, but he's wearing the mask that they gave him at the bubble. So he clearly escaped to go to the strip club. And now he has to sit out for 2 weeks. He said he went there because the buffet's really good. Yeah.
Oh, boy. But yeah, it's, but what I do like is that the bubbles are working, and they're proving to work. NHL just kicked back up. So now we have NHL again, and they've been in their bubble. NBA's been in their bubble. It's just kind of dumb that the NFL hasn't tried to figure out a way to make a bubble, kind of like how NHL did.
It's crazy.
It's pretty fucking retarded.
Crazy.
Like, it's pretty fucking dumb that they... Well, I guess you could say MLS, too. MLS is kind of in a bubble. Mm-hmm. They're playing in somewhere in fucking Florida right now.
Oh, are they?
But they've all been contained, and, nobody's getting sick. So, yeah, MLB, it makes sense because they're traveling from city to city, and a lot of those guys aren't staying, in their hotel rooms doing what their teams require for safety and shit. So I could see that being an issue with the NFL, but I think the fact that they haven't even thought about creating a bubble atmosphere or even talked about it is kind of weird. Just because I think that would be the biggest way that you could get football to happen.
And they don't really have any protocols in place at all is the problem. Like, they're just like, here are the rules. If you break the rules, you're out. And I'm like, okay, but what do you do if an entire team gets sick? They have nothing. They literally have nothing. It's ridiculous. I'm telling you, Russell Wilson's going to opt out tomorrow, and then the whole league's going to follow suit, and everything's going to fall apart.
Tomorrow's the last day, right?
I thought it was the 7th.
Probably. I'm not sure. I got to double check on it.
I got a beer of the week, by the way. From
Ooh.
Eugene, Oregon. We have Hob Valley Brewing. This is their seasonal IPA. Passion Fruit Stash. Passion Fruit IPA. Let's crack this bad boy open. Let's see. We got 40 IBU, 6.4 ABV. That literally just tastes like passion fruit.
Tuesday, August 4th, Joe, is the last day.
Okay. It's the day after tomorrow. Overmorrow, I recently learned, means the day after tomorrow. So.
Oh.
There you go. You can sound very fancy by saying overmorrow.
I do think if Russell Wilson were to opt out, he would have already done it. I think he would have been the spokesperson of opting out for star players. But you never know, you know. But so far, no Seahawks have opted out besides Chance Warmack, who's not really notable. So we'll see what happens. But if there's an outbreak in the middle of the season, yes, I do see everybody opting out, and then that being the end of the season. But we'll just have to see, you know. We'll just have to see.
Like, what's the contingency plan if a game can't be played? Because both teams don't want to risk it. Like, is there a makeup schedule? Are some teams just going to play 12 games instead of 16? Like, none of these questions are answered, and they still say it's going to start on time. They're fucking crazy. But NFL owners are the greediest billionaires on the fucking earth, so I'm sure the season will happen, and 7 or 8 NFL stars will die from COVID, and it'll be a whole PR disaster, and they'll say, no one could have seen this coming, and we'll all shake our heads at them. Like always.
All right.
Have you seen any of the NBA games, Christian or Vito?
I've checked out a couple, like for a few minutes, but
Vito, I'm sure you don't know this, but they let the NBA players put like social justice statements on the back of their jerseys instead of their names, which is like, it's a nice gesture, but it's really off-putting that just everyone's jersey says Black Lives Matter on the back instead of the player's name. And then you see like LeBron's jersey says James. It's like, oh, you didn't want to put Black Lives Matter on there, LeBron? Okay. It's off-putting. I feel like they need to put the names somewhere because,
yeah,
you know I
think I do think they should put their names below, like, but it's just too big. Yeah. Their statements are like written
take
way
up a lot
too
of room.
big.
Yeah. I made the playoffs in NBA 2K20, Christian. Just finished a brutal 6-game series against the Trailblazers. That Damian Lillard, oh my God, like he's unstoppable.
Yeah, he's a freak.
It's like hitting shots from a half
freak
court.
In real
like,
life.
Covered, like Jesus.
Yeah, freak in real life. Freak in the game.
I don't know how much you play NBA 2K, but since it's 6-minute quarters, that's like half the length of a regular NBA game. So like 70 points is a lot. The Blazers dropped 95 on me yesterday. I couldn't believe it. Like, Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
It means if that extrapolated that out to a whole game, that'd be 190 points. Couldn't believe it. Oh my God. I was Rookie of the Year. My sharpshooting point guard, Koopa Troopa. And we're on to
yeah, definitely not getting anywhere close to Rookie of the Year. My guy's terrible. He fucking sucks.
Word.
I've been playing WoW Classic, and
Warcraft 3?
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Warcraft. Was there other Warcrafts? There's just Warcraft, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, and then World of. Is that it?
Yeah.
I think that's
weird spin-off, like third-person action game or something.
No.
There's the movie, I guess.
I mean, Heroes of the Storm has WoW
That doesn't
characters
count.
in it, I guess.
That's like saying Smash is a Mario game. I started playing Paper Mario, Origami King. It's pretty good. It's just weird because it has like RPG style combat, but there's no progression system. So like, okay, these turn-based battles are fun but pretty simple. But like, if I'm not getting experience, what's the point?
Yeah.
So, well, you get coins. I'm like, okay, I have 20,000 coins, and the most expensive thing I've ever seen cost 2,500. So, like, started avoiding battles. Like, there's no need.
Yeah.
But the combat's fun, and the puzzles are clever. You know.
Yeah. WoW classic leveling is painful.
I bet. I keep thinking about getting back into 14, but
I have some friends who are playing, so I'm like, well, I guess I'll play.
yeah. I think I'm going to be on a Switch kick for a while because I finished Ghost of Tsushima. I got the Platinum. There's just nothing on PlayStation I want to play right now.
Mm-hmm.
Except NBA 2K. I still want.
How was Ghost?
It was really good. It played like Sekiro, like switching stances and posture damage and all that stuff, but it wasn't nearly as hard. It was definitely playable. It felt like Assassin's Creed in Japan, but it was definitely harder than Odyssey because Odyssey you're basically indestructible.
I heard that the other game that you mentioned was. Didn't they actually have to dumb it down so people could play it?
What, Sekiro? There was talk about that, but I don't think that they did. It's a FromSoft game. It plays like a FromSoft game. Like, if you don't like Dark Souls, you're not going to like it. Like,
did you say it was Ubisoft?
No, FromSoft. From Software. The people who do Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Demon Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls is not a game that I would enjoy or not a game that I would pick up to play.
No?
Just maybe because it's I don't know. I think dying in video games is kind of infuriating. And so if I had to play a game where all I did was get fucking killed, I'd just kind of all right, I think I'm done.
Don't you play Battle Royales? That's literally the whole thing. You spend most of the time dying. Yeah?
For what?
Don't you play Battle Royales? Blackout? Is that
they're not
Warzone?
punishing at all, though.
Wait, Blackout was the first Call of Duty Battle Royale, right? And now the new one is Warzone?
Warzone.
I forgot.
But Vito's got a point. It's not punishing if you die. It's just you fucking rejoin a game, and that.
Is there a respawn mechanic in Blackout like there is in
Well, you go to the gulag if you.
You go to the gulag, you said.
So if you get killed, your first time being killed, you go to the gulag and you have to have a one-on-one gunfight with somebody in a super small quarters map.
Okay.
And then if you win that, you get to go back out. Or if you have teammates that are still alive, they can buy you back in. So if you die, it's not necessarily the end, but
unless your whole team wipes.
Okay. Unless your whole team gets fucking slayed, yeah, which can happen, definitely. But I'm putting together a video of all my fucking recent RPGs and C4s, and it's some pretty good shit. I've got some pretty good stuff. But yeah, I've just been playing that, and pretty much only been playing that, and then watching sports.
What
watching
sports?
Fucking baseball and shit.
Snooze. Fucking baseball. Get out of here. I was hoping they wouldn't have a baseball season just because I thought it would be funny. I've been thinking about getting NBA League Pass so I can watch the playoffs. But
dude, how about that Kraken? The Kraken jersey.
We talked about that yesterday. It's in chat even. Or last week, not yesterday. We don't record this every day. Your daily podcast. Jeez.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking sweet, man. I think I'm hyped up about the name. I don't understand why people hate it. I think it's actually really cool. Who hates it?
I thought everyone loved it.
And then I think they did a really good job with the colors.
I I gotta show you this because I'm sure you have no idea what the University of Maine hockey uniforms look like. Because that was my immediate reference point. Hold on, trying to get a good picture. This one works. Yeah, these are the UMaine hockey uniforms. It's the same fucking color scheme. So, yeah. So, I already knew this color scheme worked. In fact, I made fun of it when I was in college because I'm like, yeah, our colors are blue and blue. Okay.
Let's see. Your picture's loading. The connection is fucking dog shit.
You just need better internet, buddy. What you got over there? I got.
Well, we fixed our internet to the point where it's like doesn't time out on anything, but just for some reason this call is just fucked.
I don't know. I just think you have shitty internet. Just get better internet, man. Ooh, my hair's going wild.
I literally can't get better internet. I pay for the top end internet, and Comcast just doesn't do anything.
Well, that's why. If Comcast is the best you can get, oof. Because they're capped at what, like $250, if that. Ugh, that's trash. Especially for you guys with 7 people there. Did you buy a fancy router, or did you use the one they gave you? I assume you're using the Wi-Fi router you were given, which means it's going to be dog shit. So.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Those Maine jerseys.
The picture's just loaded. Yeah, I know, exactly.
The picture's just loaded.
The Kraken, if you scroll up, you can see the Kraken jersey as well because it's in the chat. It's the same color scheme. That's what I'm saying. I knew this would work. We don't have the touch of red, I suppose. Where's the green? They need like that Seahawks green on there somewhere. Have you been watching the Marble League? Because it's in full swing.
No, I haven't. But
the Rangers just got replaced at the top of the standings. These fucking minty maniacs keep winning golds, man. We're in second though.
Did you see yesterday at the Rangers game? The Rangers and the fucking Hurricanes. They drop puck. They play for like a few minutes, and then there's a ginormous fight 3 minutes into the game.
Still doing that even in the bubble?
So fucking cool, man. Well, the good thing is they're all in the bubble. Nobody's fucking sick, so they can just sit there and beat the shit out of each other. I don't understand how sports that want to come back aren't doing the bubble method.
There's just too many people for a football team.
Fucking crazy, man. Dude, they make billions in the NFL. Billions. And
how are they going to do it, though? Because, like,
they can't afford
the problem, the thing is, like, what's it called? Or the Wild World Sports Complex at Disney World has, like, dozens of basketball courts. That's why it's, like, the only place they could do it, right? There's no complex that can house that many NFL teams. Like, there's just not enough room, you know?
It wouldn't be like one complex. They'd have to do it like hockey, where they split it up halfway and halfway.
Okay, so
where they would only play AFC games in one, and they would play NFC in another.
Conference games?
So probably keep NFC primarily in like the West Coast region, since there's more. You know, you could keep it somewhere in the middle of middle West Coast is what I would say. Like keep it somewhere like. Fucking
like Fresno?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a place and I can't fucking think of one.
That's
for some
problem.
reason. A neutral place.
Also,
Las Vegas.
Too many. There's too many people. I mean, there's 53 players on an NFL roster. That's just players. If you add in coaches and training staff and all of that, you're talking like a couple hundred people per team. There's 32 teams. It's just not feasible. There's 12 players on an NBA roster. Like.
NBA is a little easier for sure.
Yeah. I don't know why baseball couldn't do it, but whatever. Whatever. My kitten climbed to the top of the laundry basket, knocked it over, and scared the shit out of herself like 10 minutes ago. Oh man, they're such dorks. I still think it is both cute and annoying when they wake me up because they've decided that my nightstand or the foot of my bed is the perfect place for a 2 a.m. wrestling match. God damn it. I got a pretty good scratch. I don't know if you can still see it, but it's pretty
But yeah,
good.
in other news, I got sunburnt, probably the worst I've ever been sunburnt.
Turn the camera
last weekend.
on. I want to see.
And, this is last weekend.
It's gone already?
It's peeling.
Ugh.
But for 2 days straight, I was in complete agony as my skin felt like it was falling off. And that comes after applying sunscreen maybe 15 times over the weekend. So sunscreen is proven to not do shit.
Well, you got to apply it more and use the right stuff. It works for me. I don't know what to tell you. It destroys the environment, but it works for me.
I think what it may have been is the applying of sunscreen and then my sweat.
Yeah, because if you sweat it off, you got to reapply it.
Yeah, so that's probably what it was. And so I just sat there sweating the whole fucking day, and the sun took advantage of it and pushed a power play and burnt my whole body to the point where I couldn't even sleep.
Yeah, that's always rough. You need like the aloe bath. Just get Haley to rub that aloe gel all over you.
That's true, she would too. Would you rub aloe all over my body?
Sure thing, babe.
Yes. She just approved.
Do you know Monday it was 94 degrees was the first 90-degree day in like 400 days in Seattle. Oh my god.
Dude, it was terrible.
My genius wife has invented the best invention to beat the heat. What you do, you take a plastic bag, you fill it with ice. You double bag it. So now you have 2 plastic bags full of ice. You wrap that into a pillowcase, and then you sit on it. It's called Frosty Butt, and it's a perfect thing for keeping you cool. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure Vito can relate as a gamer. You sit in that chair for too long, and it starts to get hot and sticky, and it's the worst. And it's like, what am I going to do, stand up? Yeah, right. Frosty Butt.
I just have a fan.
Does it help?
Yeah.
Well, I'm jealous.
We have a fan in our window too, and on 90-degree days, like anything above 85, that thing does not work.
Exactly. We got this little handheld deal that works pretty well. It's got like an air or water compartment, so you can turn it into an air conditioner. It's got a light too, LED.
I saw this one DIY on YouTube that was like, you filled a water bottle halfway with ice and then poked holes on the top of it and then taped it to your fan.
Yeah, that's basically what this is doing. Like I can see it misting at me. It works pretty good. We got it for my mother-in-law, but Ara thinks it's not strong enough, so we got it.
Wait, what is it?
Else. It's this little portable air conditioner. It's
Oh,
USB
nice.
charging.
Yeah, we got one too. It works really well for one room.
Yeah, well, it works really well if it's 6 inches from my face. Other than that,
We got a pretty nice one.
my next door neighbors had central AC installed like 2 months ago, and we thought that was kind of overkill for how expensive and how much of a pain in the ass it seemed like it was. But then we were really jealous last week. Because, no one has air conditioning around here. That's the secret. That's why, like, my family back home is like, why are you complaining? It's only like 85. I'm like, yeah, but it's 85 in houses that aren't well ventilated without air conditioning.
Yup.
So it's like 90 inside. Like, it's hotter inside than it is outside, and there's no way to avoid it. Like,
Yeah, we're actually pretty lucky to have like lots of big windows.
see, I can't open the windows because we don't have any screens, and I have kittens.
We're pretty well shaded here in our neck of the woods. We're pretty shaded, but when the sun kind of goes over to the west, it just beams through every single one of our windows. And so with the sun just blaring through those windows, your boy gets hot.
I don't know if it has to do
I'm over
with,
here
like,
playing Call of Duty with no fucking underwear and no shirt.
I know, because I've had to basically take all
It's
the
so hot I
blinds
have to make a
down.
fucking ball sling out of my fucking
Jesus
sweatpants. Fucking sweatpants rope.
I've had to take all the blinds down or like tie them up as high as possible so the cats don't climb them, which means that like the windows facing the street are just wide open all the time, so I can make eye contact with people walking by. So, like, if I'm wandering around in my underpants, I feel weird. So it's like, someone's just going to notice. Oh, hey. You know.
Ooh. Is my coffee ready?
I thought you made coffee earlier.
I did. I made more.
I can't believe you got up before me
Fresh
today.
pots.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sunday morning conference call. Oh, that sounds like the
Yeah.
worst.
Today, I'm going to be fucking trying to beat the heat and hanging out. Probably going to jump on Warzone. It's a good time. Take
I'm gonna keep
Benjamin
drinking
out.
Passion fruit beers. I already played with the kittens. I'm pretty sure they're asleep, although I don't know where they are.
They're going to come back. They're coming back for you. They're never going to let you go.
What, the kittens?
Yep.
They have a lot of energy, but they got BKE, big kitten energy, if you will. But they run themselves tired. Although we have so many toys for them. It's crazy. I understand how parents feel, because when I get up to pee in the night, I step on like 3 cat toys on the way. It's like, God damn it.
What are you guys up to for the rest of the day? Just chilling?
Yeah.
Chilling like a villain.
Paper Mario, most like.
Nice, nice, nice. You going to catch any hockey, Joe? Do you watch hockey?
No, I haven't watched hockey since I was like 12 years old. Or since I was in college.
I have an in-person class tomorrow.
You have an
really?
in-person class? Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought we canceled all of those.
No,
Are you ready for it?
I suppose.
Are you excited to like have a little bit of normalcy thrown back into the mix?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. It's always good. We opened our doors, and you know, when you open your doors at a financial institution, if you will, that's usually calls for everybody over the age of 75 to leave their house to come in and do simple things that can be done at home.
You'd say that, but I have had issues with online deposit recently. My wife tried to online deposit a check. The value was too much. So we tried to do it at the ATM, and the value was too much. So I'm like, I literally have to go to a bank to cash this check. Like, that's so fucking stupid. It's 2020.
That's pretty dumb.
I tried to cash it. It was a cashier's check because for whatever reason, the guy who paid me didn't have a bank account, so I had to get a cashier's check. Couldn't cash that via the Bank of America app, so I had to go to the ATM. I'm like, this is so dumb. It's 2020. Like,
I actually don't think you can mobile deposit cashier's checks because
Why?
they have to be verified. So they have to actually be like full on verified. Just because you could fake a cashier's check, like way too easy. So
don't let the
That's why
fraudsters
they-
make my life more annoying. All right.
dude, fraudsters will make everybody. They make my life.
You
Fucking
work at a
miserable.
bank. It's understandable.
But yeah, I mean it's pretty, you know, it's pretty weird the different things that come about, like different rules and different standards. It's kind of weird. People love to tell me about it, and it's like, you know, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. I can help you here, but there's nothing I can do. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Haley got a new job that's like a block away from the house. She's got a Zoom call with them tomorrow, so it's pretty fucking sweet.
Shout out Zoom. I know you two hate Zoom. I love it.
I just haven't used Zoom. I've only used Discord.
I use Zoom every day, right here.
All I know
Teaching
is that my teachers don't know how to use Zoom in the first place. So it's not like I'm sure your classes using Zoom are great, but our teachers aren't
I
technically.
mean, yeah,
proficient.
that's fair. I've been doing it for like 6 months now, so I'm a wizard, you know?
Yeah.
I make sure to mute the room. I understand how to use breakout rooms and backgrounds and how to properly share my screen. all that. Not like that one professor. Did I talk about this story? The guy who got fired because he forgot to close his porn tabs when he shared his screen.
Oh, no.
He was a college professor.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah. I also heard this story. Christian, I think you'll appreciate this. I haven't been able to verify this, but apparently there was a second wave of corona outbreak in Australia.
Yes, I heard about that.
They were quarantining everyone in these hotels, and then they were all fucking the security guards, so the security guards were taking it out to the world because they were so bored in this hotel with nothing to do.
I also saw that, like, people in Australia were trying to flex on people here in the States, and then it's like, oof, ouch. Maybe you should flex during a fucking pandemic, because you never know what's going to happen. It's just going to come right back.
We're number one at being the worst at pandemic response, so there you go.
Honestly, I just think that if it comes back for the second time, I think eventually they're just going to...
It never left.
Oh, well, that's what I mean. We never had it to the point where it left. And so if it goes away and then it comes back, I think it's going to slowly start turning into we have this as a common flu. How are we going to coexist with this fucking thing? And I think that's just how it's going to happen.
With the doctors right now, that's the current theory, is that they're just going to have a coronavirus vaccine that goes with the flu vaccine.
Once it's ready.
I think didn't they start working on something like that at fucking Oxford? Didn't they start testing on humans?
Yeah, they started working that like at the very beginning. It just takes a long time to get the process done.
I think they actually tested on humans.
And you got to get it
sometime in July. Yeah, you don't want to like put a vaccine in your body and then have you fucking turn into a fucking gopher or some shit.
What?
You just you don't want shit to go wrong when you test human experiments. But they did human experiments.
New groove, isn't
it? They did human experiments here in fucking Washington too. They did like one guy, one girl, and the girl was healthy and she had the virus but was healthy. Showed no symptoms, and then she tested negative after 2 weeks. And then the guy almost died, but then he came out of it and he was able to pass through it, but he said it was terrible. But it's like, well, yeah, that'll happen.
Christian, have you not seen the NFL Top 100 this year? Because you really haven't gone on a rant about it.
Trust me, I have been... fucking stewing about it. How is Patrick Mahomes not number one? Put Russell Wilson at number 2. Sure, and first off, I do think Russell should have won the MVP.
What? You're crazy.
Look, MVP, I love what Lamar Jackson was able to do. Do not get me wrong. And this is not a biased situation here just because I'm from Seattle and I love Seattle. But I'm actually going to show you the reason why I think Russell should have won. Let's take a look at the Pro Bowl, and let's take a look at how many Baltimore Ravens went to the Pro Bowl. So it's including his tight end, his running back, his wide receiver, his offensive line, first off, was one of the best. And then you've got all those players on defense. So they were overall a very, very good team there in Baltimore. And Lamar Jackson was able to put on an absolute incredible season. It was awesome. It's fun to watch. But when it comes to MVP, it is the most valuable person. If you take Lamar Jackson out of that offense, you can still win. RG3 went out there.
The whole offense is built around him.
RG3 went out there and won in the last week of the game with nothing but third stringers. Yeah, it happens, man. I'm telling you. And then they went into the playoffs.
Is built to spite Russell Wilson. Like, they ignore his strengths until they give up with 5 minutes to go. I'm like, all right, do whatever you want.
And he still puts up big numbers. He had the most touchdowns in the league. And there was only 2 Seahawk players that went to the Pro Bowl, as opposed to how many fucking Ravens.
They only won 11 games.
They went to the fucking divisional round of the playoffs, man.
That's a regular
fucking
season
Ravens.
award.
Fucking Ravens can't do it.
The Ravens also went to the divisional round.
Yeah, but they fucking lost.
Well, so did the Seahawks.
But nobody expected the Seahawks to go to the Super Bowl except for me. I was literally the only one in the city of Seattle that said the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl. Well, let me see here. How many fucking Ravens?
Why Todd Gurley was on that list too as number 51.
Ew, gross. I wouldn't have Todd Gurley anywhere close to that fucking list.
That's the other thing, by the way, because
yes,
this was the
Ravens
of the Vegas
the Ravens had
Raiders.
12. The Raiders had 12 Pro Bowlers.
Yeah, because Lamar Jackson made them all so much better.
Now you've got pretty much defense and offensive linemen, and then Mark Ingram, Lamar Jackson, and Mark Andrews, which Mark Andrews is a fucking beast. I love that guy. He's awesome, and George Kittle is awesome. I'm really happy that George Kittle was in the top 10.
Gronkowski was on that list too.
I think Travis Kelce deserves to be in the top 15, but
Travis Kelce is.
I want to see Zach Ertz a little bit higher. I think Zach Ertz needs to be in the top 20.
He needs to not be injured all the time.
He's one of the more. Yes, despite injuries, he's one of the more consistent tight ends in the league. But yeah, I think the top 100 is it's fucking retarded, but it's something that has to do with football, so I'll pay attention to it. But I do think that Patrick Mahomes should be the number one player. He is the best player in the NFL right now, next to Russell Wilson. Yes.
Oh, next to Russell. Oh, Russell Wilson is second, you were saying? When are you
Russell
recording
Wilson's
your sports
second.
show, by the way? Is that on hiatus, or what's the deal?
Well, there's just hasn't been any promise of sports sticking around, so I'm scared to get into a groove and then shut it all down. But
There's
I'm
always
thinking
Marvel
about it.
sports, esports,
Dude, my barber, shout out to my barber Casey, fucking loves Marvel sports.
Really?
Yes, he
Who's his
absolutely
team?
loves it. He watches the Marble Olympics, so I have no idea.
You
who
gotta
his
ask
team
him.
is.
Tell him the Rangers are the best.
So yeah, I'll ask him next time I go in. But every time I go in, he's like, "Oh yeah, me and my husband have just been hanging out watching Marble sports." I'm like, "That's fucking sweet." I'm like, the fucking Beefy Boys are gonna love that shit.
Yeah, me and my wife, Ara and I watch them. They're on 2 times a week. I think there's an episode today. Let me check. When is the next episode of Marble Olympics?
Babe, did Benji get his egg? Oh, sorry, Benji.
Get his egg? You feed your dog eggs?
He gets a scrambled egg with his breakfast.
Oh, fancy. Fancy.
Even though it's been kind of scary because he hasn't been able to control his flatulence as of late. So he's just literally walking around the house pooping air.
Oh. Yes, there should be a new Marble episode up at noon today. That's exciting.
Hi, buddy. Are you trying to say hi?
It's a new event.
Are you trying to say
hi? No one can see him.
He's trying to breathe into the mic.
Oh.
Yeah, he's putting his face all up in that mic.
I'd bring you a kitten if there was one nearby. I have no idea where they are. Oh, there is one behind. I don't know if you can see her. Hold on. There she is. She's on that little platform behind me.
Just soaking in the sun.
Yeah. She likes to nap in whatever room I'm in, so... She started sleeping on my nightstand, which is both cute and annoying, because I use it for, charging my phone and stuff. And she'll just knock that shit on the floor. Look, this is my bed now. Look, okay. Cat life, y'all. What else is new? Nothing, really. I guess I have a question. I have a question for the Beefy Boys. Yeah. As an adult child of a mother,
I gotta bring a beer on next week.
How often is the appropriate amount of time to call your mom?
Shit, this connection's so bad.
I guess probably like once every 2 months or something. I don't know.
Once every 2 months. Wow. Okay. Christian,
I mean,
your mom lives a lot closer.
I haven't actually called her in like probably a year or more.
Damn. What about you, Christian? Your mom lives a lot closer. How often do you call your mom? / do you think you should?
We text all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
when it comes to calling, I'm not much of a. I don't like calling people at all.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, I mean, if my mom were far away, I'm sure we would talk over the phone a little bit, maybe like once or twice a week. But we just text, so it's pretty easy. Pretty easy to keep it like.
Ara calls her mom every day. Every single day.
Oh, yeah, aren't they very close?
Yeah, it's just a few miles away. Her mom lives right across the street from the NetMart, so Vito could walk there. That would be weird.
Yeah, my
Vito
mom lived
at Ara's mom's, but it's right there.
My mom lives out in fucking North Bend, so it's like.
Oh yeah, I forgot that they moved. That's still not that far from where
it's a fucking trek. It is a trek.
You just gotta go around the lake. Go the long way.
It's an hour. It's like an hour drive.
Damn.
Fucking blows. But oh man, God, I'm looking forward to the day when we can do this shit in person.
Yeah.
Play some board games, drink some beer.
Fucking miss it, man. I miss it so much. When we're in person, we have a beefy energy. You know, we bring a lot of beef into a room.
Yeah.
Talking about farts.
Packing some serious beef. I do have a big shed, so we could technically stay that distance if we wanted to keep the distance. I have a big fucking shed.
Man.
Well, we wouldn't really be able to do that because I would need to get a ride from somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's true.
My car isn't 10 feet long.
Yeah.
It'd be like those Uber drivers that put like a fucking plastic sheet in their back seat. Have you seen that shit where they put like a fucking giant plastic bag?
No, but I've seen it Safeway. They like tape a sheet of plastic over the card reader. I'm like, well, okay, do you change this ever? Get out
Nope.
of here.
No, right? Yeah.
Nope.
It's so funny.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But yeah, shit. Well, soon, you guys. Soon.
Once there's a vaccine, that's all we gotta do is get a vaccine. Or who knows? Maybe it's the end times. Maybe we're living through the end times. It's gonna be so interesting to look back on this 20 years. You know?
It's going to be weird to look at this like next year or fucking 2 years from now where it's like, holy shit, we lost all this sports and we lost everything in life.
That's your go-to.
Not all the lives.
We lost all this shit. We lost all these lives. We lost all this. Dude, like,
Final Fantasy 14 had a huge delay.
Yeah, I know. I haven't played in weeks. Jeez.
Fucking Season 5 Call of Duty came fucking late. Of course.
Jesus.
No, they got Season 5 coming out, I think, on Tuesday. Tuesday's the new day coming out for that, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun.
Rocket League is going free to play, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, free to play. Cross-compatible.
Oh.
So we could all play. We could have a Beefy Boys episode while we play it first person.
I don't play military shooters. Just like I don't watch television about doctors, cops, or lawyers. It's too generic and boring.
Well, there's so many.
I know, that cuts out like 80% of television.
I was going to say, there's so many of both of those. There's a lot of military shooters, and there's a lot of fucking cop dramas.
Or doctors or lawyers, yes.
Or doctors or lawyers, yes. I will say this. Last Chance U has put out their new season on Netflix. And I do hope that
The Last Dance is on Netflix. Did you watch The Last Dance?
No, not yet.
Really good. Michael Jordan implies that some people in Salt Lake City poisoned him before a basketball game.
I heard that it's very good, but I have to put the time to probably watch it in a like maybe 1 to possibly 2 sit down.
Yeah.
But we started the Umbrella Academy season 2 last night.
Oh yeah.
It started off pretty good.
I'm just watching The Office again.
And then I watched like half of Last Chance U's new season last night, so it's fucking good. Dude, they picked a fucking shit team to follow around for like season 3, and I completely hated the show after that. Like, they picked the team with this coach that was just an absolute scumbag, and then it turns out he got arrested for assaulting one of his players. I said, wow, I didn't see that coming.
Oh, jeez.
Fucking, this guy was such a dipshit, dude. He was like this fucking white dude that spoke like a fucking... He was talking like he was a super big gangster, and he's like got all these players and he's treating them like shit. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this. I'm like, this guy just hates his players. He hates every single one of these guys. But the new season that's come out, the coach is really awesome. The players are pretty cool, and it's in Oakland, so it's pretty close to home. But new season's really good. I hope it sticks around. And then we also checked out Unsolved Mysteries in the last few weeks.
I was watching that.
It's spooky, man. I don't like the idea of just randomly disappearing or like randomly getting murdered and not being found.
I don't like the idea of premeditatively getting murdered either. I mean, I'd rather just not get murdered, you know.
Oh, thank you, babe.
I like living. All right, let's wrap this up.
I was just gonna say it's breakfast time.
I agree.
Late breakfast, but
quiche
I'm
in the
fucking
fridge
ready
calling
for
my
it.
name. This has been episode 89 of the
alrighty,
Beefy Boys
gentlemen.
Bud Club. And
It's
we'll
good talking to you guys. It's good talking to our 3 fans. How you doing, Tim?
Tim, my mom, and I guess I'm the other download. I don't know. It's more than 3. It's more than 3. Now, how many of them listen? I made a shout out last week for anyone who's still listening to contact me, and I haven't heard a peep, so I assume no one's listening.
Oh no,
it's cool.
I'm sure once
until the end of time, just to hang out with you two. So
yeah, there you go. It's a fucking hangout. It's pretty sweet. We get to hang out and record what we're talking about. Alrighty, guys, have a good one.
Later.
Enjoy the sun. See ya.
later.